Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late June 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Cancerians out there. My gods, I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. We're getting very close to Cancer season. Let's see what's going on. Talk to me. And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself, and at the very end I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But yeah, here we go. Let's rock. Let's not wait. What's going on for Cancer? Please and thank you, guides and spirit team. Nice and quick. All right, yeah, deck's being a little specific now. There it is. Thank you. This is a very nurturing, loving, caring type of card. Super spiritual as well. I love seeing this. I think it showed up for one of the other zodiac signs this week as well. But it's always a pleasure when this card shows up initially. But before we start pulling all the details apart about that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading, let's talk about it. So we see this lovely lady in that beautiful red headdress. She is snuggling on up to that white dove. Now in divination, in symbolism, white birds, they represent angelic light source type of energy. So we could be thinking of guardian angels, we could be thinking of ancestors, the spirit team, whatever you want to call it. This is beautiful energy. So when I see this, it can speak about spiritual protection, not being alone. You're never truly alone. Like there is someone, something caring for you, watching your back, which is very nice. It's a reassuring type of energy. However, this card can also, to me, represent that nurturing, loving, caring side. So some of you might be a little more affectionate than normal. Maybe that's something you're craving. I always see that with this card. Maybe you need a few big old bear hugs. I got you. I always say that when this card shows up, I'll give you a big virtual bear hug. This is nice. So whether you're feeling it, maybe you're yearning for some connection like that. This is a good energy though. It's not bad whatsoever. Let's get into tarot. Okay, for some of you, it could just be spiritual protection, right? But yeah, I'm going to get you 3 tarot cards in the upright before we get into the intuitive, juicy stuff. And yeah, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading, right? It's just a little footnote. But yeah, let's shuffle it up here. What do we got for the Cancerians? I mean, if you're on the cusp of Gemini, very close to your birthday, right? I'll be saying happy birthday to you next week. But yeah, last week's reading was titled The Secret Motive, and the reason it was titled that was there was a lot of unseen, hidden type of energy all over the place, right? Now, I wasn't saying that to sound ominous or anything like that, but it did feel like somebody's true intentions weren't being completely shown for whatever reason. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. It's very common. Let's get you 3 cards. What do we got for the Cancerians? Okay, we have the 5 of Swords in position number 1. It's a little confrontational, not the best way to start off, but we'll take it regardless. We're going to roll with those punches. That could have some positives as well, but that always makes me raise an eyebrow whenever I see that 5 of Swords. Yeah. We got the 7 of Wands. Now, the thing that's getting to me already, my friends, is both of these cards are pretty aggressive. Okay, these are cards that could be a little conflict-based sometimes as well. So let's just get these going. I'm going to get you 1 more card out here. We'll see if we could tie this all. That one popped out super quick. All right, we got the 9 of Cups on the back end. So whether it's you fighting for something or trying to overcome something, this could be very good. I'm getting mixed signals here, Cancer, but we'll go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get the juicy, intuitive stuff going. Now, at first glance, when I look down at this spread, much like a lot of the other zodiac signs this week, we're having a big elemental mix happening. So we got air, we got fire, we got water on the back end. So this could be various different areas of life, different things happening. But the 2 first cards, to me, the fire-air combo, the volatility, the explosiveness, they're also cards that could be battle or conflict. But let's go through one by one. Now, the good thing about both of these cards, oh no, I knocked it off. I'll fix that in a minute. Let's just get them out here. So the first card, 5 of Swords. When I see this, the good in this card could be someone that is very determined to reach a goal. This could be someone saying, no matter what, I'm going to attain this. Nothing's getting in my way. I'm going to do what I got to do to win. But that also comes with some negatives as well, or challenges. This could represent a person that is a little cold-hearted. They're going to do what they got to do to get the upper hand. Sometimes in its roughest case, this could be a narcissistic, self-centered individual as well. Someone that is only looking out for number one, or only looking out for themselves. Now, it's not bad to look out for yourself. That's never a bad thing. But this could be to the extreme. And as I already stated, this could be a card of actual conflict, button heads. You see the imagery there. Okay, same could be said with this next card we got coming up. So let's just place this here. Now, as we're moving further into the spread, we have the Seven of Wands. Another card, I mean, personally in my readings, this comes up for me a lot. This is another card of determination. You see the person, they're cornered, they're fending off all those other sticks. So when I see this, it could speak of various different tests, hurdles, challenges, situations. So it could be determined, like regardless of what the universe throws at you, you're going to keep it moving, keep it pushing. So the front end of this spread is very much loaded with determination. But once again, this could be conflict-based, literally, like they're dueling it out with sticks, right? So with the fire-air combo, there's a lot of battling here, which on the back end, it might be for a good purpose, or it might seem that way. Now, another thing with the Seven of Wands, it could represent somebody feeling cornered or trapped in some sort of way. So watch out for feelings like that. It could even be something small like cabin fever, right? Now, as we move to the back end, I'm going to get the Seven of Wands back in place over here. On the back end, we have the Nine of Cups. This card, to me, is a card of wish fulfillment, total happiness. This is a welcoming, loving, warm type of card. It's extremely generous. So when we see this, especially with cards of determination and stuff like that, this could be overcoming. This could be a triumph of some sort, like really overcoming something. So we could see wins and victories here. But what's a challenge with this card? It could be someone that is too nice, is too kind, is too friendly. Another thing with the Nine of Cups, aside from being overly generous, it could represent overconsumption of things, okay? Like overindulgence. So these are things to watch out for with this card. But the way this is all mixing, we could be looking at various different things. That's absolutely for sure with all these energies, but we're really going to need to decipher it further. I want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for my Cancerians. Interesting reading, very nuanced, very layered. But yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's get in on that Five of Swords, see what this is about. And yes, my friends, if you're a reader as well, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to the Cancerians, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Five of Swords time. Why is it here? Why is this Five of Swords here? Thank you. Nine of Wands. Why is this giving me the energy of like forcing, like somebody trying to force an issue or somebody trying to force something? Like that's a big vibe I'm picking up here. Nine of Wands in reverse could be very good. Okay, like to me, this is one of two extremes. Once again, we have this explosive energy. We got air surrounded by all this fire that feeds off each other, that makes things hotter and more spicy. When I see the Nine of Wands in reverse, to me, that could represent like walls coming down or overcoming certain things, which can be nice in the flow of this. So maybe some of you are overcoming a hurdle, which would be very good, like overcoming a limitation or passing a big test of some sort. We could see it on the next one, how that'll all turn out. But I would still say beware. There could be a warning here about volatile energies where things could swing one way or another. Another vibe here is that energy of forcing, right? So hopefully nobody's trying to force you to do something or you're trying to force something too much. I feel like it's one or the other. Like sometimes you can't force things to make them work. Sometimes you can, right? But that's usually not the best thing to do. But I'm getting complete like hot and cold here. Either this is a really, really good alignment or this is a big warning, like a big explosive energy warning. So we're going to move over to the Seven of Wands. Okay, so hopefully this isn't somebody trying to take your walls down, so to speak. But yeah, we're gonna move over to the Seven of Wands and see what's up with that. I mean, this is an interesting one, Cancer. Definitely different than last week, but why is the Seven of Wands here? I mean, we could still see how it all culminates when we get to that Nine of Cups. King of Swords in reverse, more of this fire-air combination. The King of Swords to me is a strategist. Hopefully you're not having issues with an air sign, because that could absolutely be it when we have the King of Swords. So think Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The King of Swords in reverse to me is usually someone or something that's happening unplanned or surprisingly, unexpectedly, right? The King of Swords is a master strategist. Lots of thought, lots of intellectual power, also determination. So when it shows up to me on reverse, I'm thinking unplanned things. So whether they are situations or tests, I'm just seeing the fact that there's so much fiery energy here. There's a lot of things you could be going through that are either going to go really, really well, or they could go off the rails quick. So I'm going to warn again about this volatile energy. Fire could be very, very good and beneficial, but it could also be uncontrollable, so to speak. So I would watch out. Like, there might be certain unexpected or surprising tests that come up in this time, okay? Whether they are interpersonal relationships or work things, there might be little hurdles that you need to overcome. But notice we still have a very positive card on the back end. So we'll see how all this shakes out. We're going to keep it moving. I'm not willing to say that this reading is like an all-encompassing warning, because there's good possibilities here as well. Like, this fiery, volatile energy could forge something very solid, depending. So let's see what's up with that Nine of Cups. Then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is that Nine of Cups here? Thank you. Full card. I mean, I do think everything's going to turn out okay. This is one of the best alignments we could have right here on the back end. We have the Fool in the upright. This card to me is good for new journeys. It's very jovial. It's extremely happy. So we have a tale of two readings happening here, where like we have all this fire and flame. I mean, technically the Fool is a fire element too. That could be an Aries, but it's the protagonist of the tarot deck. And in the upright underneath this Nine of Cups, like, yes, all this struggle could be worth it. You could really triumph over something in a very big way if you are facing challenges, roadblocks, tests. The Nine of Cups with the Fool in the upright is telling me, like, yeah, just, you're going to keep it moving, keep it pushing forward. There is a big victory to be had. There's a big triumph to be had. So whether they are unexpected or surprising tests, or whether there are volatile situations and you don't know which way it's going to go, I do believe the end result is going to be positive, more positive than you think it's going to be, because the Fool is starting that new journey with happiness. Now, yes, it does also caution about spontaneity, and there is spontaneity showing up here. So once again, this is a tale of two readings. I guess it really depends on what you're going through and what your perspective is here, Cancer. But this is really nice on the back end, and it gives me hope that regardless of what's happening all up in here, that there could be a triumph to be had. Okay, whatever challenges you're going through now. I know there's a lot of Cancers out there going through different challenges. Could be work, could be monetary, could be familial, could be romantic things as well. There might be some turmoil, but right here on the back end, it's telling me that everything will be okay. And I really like that, and that's a claimable energy. There's happiness, there's joy and happiness on the back end. So when all is said and done, very nice. So let's go through and do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. I mean, once again, tale of two readings here. If you kindly look in the box front end, the first four front end cards, we got air, we got fire. You know, I was already speaking about it multiple times. Now, the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands in reverse gave me two things. One, either somebody just like not giving up, not quitting, overcoming these tests no matter what, having a lot of determination and staying power. But it also did feel like somebody trying to force an issue or force something, okay? And with all this conflicted energy, there could be a lot of things that are up in the air for a lot of Cancerians in this time. Moving to the center, we got the Seven of Wands with the King of Swords in reverse. If you're not having issues with an air sign, to me, this was screaming of like an unplanned or an unexpected test of some sort. But I do think you're going to overcome it and really pass with flying colors. But the amount of fire and air here, that is like making me raise an eyebrow. That could be a little bit of a warning, but it could turn out good in the end. On the back end, we have the Nine of Cups with the Fool in the upright. This prototypical happy type of ending, very joyful, very happy, content. Right here on the back, I do feel like whatever things you might be going through, you can overcome them. You can and will overcome them. And in the end, you and everyone else will be much better for it. So please take a screenshot of that. I'm going to get you one shadow card here. Very nice. Very nice ending at the very least. But let's see what's in the shadows for Cancer, please, my guides. And you know me, I always like to pull one quick shadow card just to tie everything up. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. What do we got for Cancer, please? I always think it's nice, whether it's a shadow within yourself or something you don't quite see. Yeah, there it's the Seven of Swords. This is a card that really belongs in the shadows, right? The Seven of Swords is a card of what's going on out of sight. Now, the Seven of Swords in its worst case scenario could represent somebody that's not super trustworthy. This could represent someone that's a little bit sneaky, the motives, kind of like we were seeing last week. But the Seven of Swords is plainly just something you don't quite see coming. For a portion of you, maybe there is something you are suppressing, pushing down. This could also be a card of like the subconscious mind, things that are purposely suppressed. So Spirit might be wanting you to shine light on things like that. But when I see the Seven of Swords, just keep your head on a swivel, right? Like watch the company you keep and the people around you, because there might be certain individuals that aren't completely trustworthy when this card shows up. And I don't want to get you all paranoid at those around you. If it hits, it hits. You already know that. But this could also be telling us to expect the unexpected, right? Like, it happens, and we saw it in the reading. We're seeing it on the back end. So Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for the month of June, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one explains how you're feeling currently right now. Which one are you vibing with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.